Good morning and welcome to Monday Morning Message. I trust everyone had a great weekend. Certainly, we want to get started back in full week. Of course, we had a very abbreviated week last week, so I know your lesson plans and modules are a bit off. But certainly want to get back to the swing of things and try to get caught up as quickly as we possibly can while ensuring that students are still having the opportunity to understand the assignment and certainly the quality of the assignment as rich and robust as it is. Certainly want to make sure that our students are being able to discern the information that you're disseminating daily. Just a quick note, our ninth graders will be taking the Scantron Performance Series this week. Again, our ninth grade students will be taking the Scantron Performance Series assessment this week. Certainly, it's critically important that they do well. Attendance is huge. Certainly, if you have students, not just ninth graders, but 9 through 12, who are chronically absent or tardy to your class, don't be afraid to pick up the phone during your planning period or after school and call those parents and certainly let them know that we value certainly the presence of their student in our class, in our school, and we certainly want to make sure that they're fine, doing well. And whatever assistance we can offer, we want to be able to do so. But again, stress the importance, if you have ninth graders this week, of doing well on this assessment. Certainly it is a part of our A through F report card that I will talk about certainly on next week. Again, next week, I'll get it out here. On Monday, we'll have a prep staff. And certainly I want to discuss the A through F report card. But again, make sure that we emphasize the importance. If you have any questions regarding the math or reading, Ms. Gallimore and Ms. Goggins are two certainly faculty members that, in my opinion, are great go-tos. So certainly pick their brains and ask for any assistance, certainly that we can get to our students. 12th grade, I don't know why I'm tongue-tied this morning, please bear with me. Our 12th grade, certainly we want to make sure if you teach our 12th grade students that they're doing work every day in key training, we want to make sure that when they take the ACT work keys that they score a minimum of a silver. Again, our 12th graders on February 2nd will take ACT work keys. That too is a part of our college and career readiness indicators. And certainly we want to make sure that they are prepared, and if they are able to log in, which everyone should have a login, Ms. Ty has provided that along with Ms. Hyatt, that they are doing work in key training to be exposed to the information. And certainly if they're able to pass this assessment, they can use this certainly as a credentialing piece for employment. January 25th, our beautiful babies from Rudd Middle School will be on their way here to Pinson Valley. And certainly we want to make sure that we give them a big welcome and certainly want to make sure that the course offerings that they will, in fact, be selecting certainly is they have a background. So for all of our extracurricular, especially to emphasize career tech, making sure that they understand what it is that you teach and more importantly, how impactful it could be as a course and potentially a career down the road. So certainly want to make sure that you have prepared something to give our freshmen, or soon-to-be freshmen, should I say, to look forward to. As a quick note, our lesson plans and modules, make sure that they are posted, as always, outside your door. I had a great meeting last week, principal's meeting. Dr. Pouncey and also central office folks are going to ramp up their visits to certain schools. And certainly we want to make sure that we have current lesson plans and modules in place. So when they do, in fact, stop by, certainly that they can glance and see what it is that you're teaching our students and, more importantly, the impact that you're having on a day-to-day. First of all, let me just say this. It's a blessing to be in the wonderful, wonderful career that we are in, and that's touching students' lives. This morning when you got up, both feet hit the ground, and you're here on your way to school or here at school watching this video, that you certainly understand that it is it's a blessing. The missionary work that we do every single day in touching kids' lives is critically important. And before we get into the LDC or the MDC, PBL, you name it, what we want to emphasize to our students is that, number one, they're loved and cared about, and number two, that we're here for them. And we're not going anywhere. We're here for them, and we're going to see this thing through fruition. So I want to emphasize that. And sometimes it's okay to let your kids know that you love and you care about them. Certainly, that's certainly not a sign of weakness. I know that some feel like that could be a sign of weakness. I don't know about you, but I let my kids and my spouse and our kids at our school know every single day that we love and we care about them, and that it's critically important that they understand that. Give them a reason to come to school. Give them a reason to know that they have an advocate here at Pinson Valley. So I know I digress, but I felt like that needed to be shared. Big shout out to Coach Hatmaker and our girls bowling team. Big kudos. They are competing for a state championship this morning at Pelham Civic Center. So certainly want to give a big shout out to Coach Hatmaker, also Coach Smith as an assistant, and our girls who are working so hard to represent us and be ambassadors to the bowling. All right, big shout out, bowling, about that. Just as a quick side note as well, I want to make sure that we're doing our due diligence in terms of reestablishing culture. I know Ms. Ty has talked a little bit about that, but reestablishing culture in your classroom, also making sure that you're very visible, and that, of course, with times like this, with our flu epidemic and seeing pneumonia running rampant, we want to make sure that we do our part in wiping down door handles and light switches and maybe even the student's desk. Let's get with Miss Ben, Miss Mary, David, one of our custodial staff members, I guess is what I'm really saying, in an effort to make sure your room is being cleaned thoroughly. And if it's not, do not hesitate to let one of the administrators know exactly what's going on so we can try to make sure that your needs are being met in that manner. That being said, I wish you a very successful week. Hope that your day is a very productive one. And also here at Pinson Valley High School, as you know, I'm about to say that we will continue to promote achievement, respect, and success. Do have a blessed day, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help.